What you got on your feet?
Well, I mean, this is slightly controversial.
Oh,
I'm an Addy ambassador, so we'll keep it.
Joke, you dumped that.
Yeah,
hold on. I can get out of this. You're wearing Predators, are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the David Beckham one.
The AstroTurf.
That's nice.
Of course, yeah.
Nice. How are you? You good? You well? You what a great way to start the show. I tell you what, take them. What size are you?
10.5.
Take them off.
Are they yours?
10.5 as well.
Okay,
yeah,
brilliant.
Thank you so much for coming. We've got so much to talk to you about. Are you excited about the football season?
Buzzing.
You must be, right?
Absolutely buzzing, especially as an Arsenal fan, because, we've been the bridesmaid the last few years, and I start to feel perhaps this is our year, but I sound like every single whining, moaning Arsenal fan, because everyone, before a ball's been kicked, before the season starts, everyone thinks they're going to win it. Don't they?
Well, no, they don't.
I don't.
But
I'll tell you, because we've got so much football chat. We've got Martin Keown joining us later. Of course, Arsenal Invincible. Let's hold the Arsenal chat for a moment, because we should start with the Lions tour down under. A 2-1 win, of course, in the Test series for Farrell's side. What did you make of it all?
I loved it. It was the first time I was able to go on tour since retiring.
Yeah.
So to go out there, 40,000 British and Irish Lions fans out there, 50% of them Welsh. And they only had one player in the tour.
Yeah,
they love it. They absolutely love it. And everywhere you went, coffee shops, the restaurants, the bars, the stadiums, the Lions dens, it was amazing. And I think that's sport at its best, when you have to go away from home and you've got the travelling fans. And then obviously for the lads to do something which hasn't been done in modern day history, and that's going back to back 2013, 2025, to get that done. They'll be disappointed, not a whitewash, but to get it done, I thought was absolutely tremendous.
Who stood out for you? Who do you think was the main factor?
Tadhg, he got named player of the series. He's an outstanding player, plays for Ireland. Finn Russell, who I think is one of the most mercurial and naturally talented players on the planet. He was sensational. Maritoja, the captain, first time being a captain, his third tour, he was class. And just a shout out for Owen Farrell. He wasn't in the initial squad, but then to be brought in and...
By his dad. How did he get that call up with it? He earned it. I'm joking, he did earn it.
He did earn it, and it created a huge amount of debate, but he then showed his class in the last two tests. And the only guy in modern day history to win 2 Lions tours. He's a certified GOAT. Whatever anyone thinks of him as a person, I think he's a brilliant bloke, but a tremendous rugby player.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Listen, you went on the Lions tour, was it South Africa 09?
2009, yeah. We lost
that. A long time ago, right?
I'm old.
You're not. How old are you?
42.
Benny, I told you he's not in his 50s. Did I say that to you? You said he looks really old and there's no way he's in his 50s.
But yeah, it was a long time ago. It's the greatest privilege. It's the best rugby club anyone could be a part of. If you brought up in Britain or Ireland, it's the one jersey which you almost don't dream of for a good while, because you want to play for your club, want to play for your country. But then the minute you start playing international rugby, it then becomes a bit of a pipe dream. So to be part of that exclusive club is, the best thing I've ever done.
It's actually crazy, because you just said it there. Like, when me being a young kid, you aspire to play for England, which is like the pinnacle. But obviously, of course, in rugby, you play for your country. But then there's that, as you said, that one step further, which it does almost seem like, because there's only a select few that can go on this tour. It must feel, when you actually get it, like I don't understand how you can feel, because you feel like you're the main man when you're in your country. But to go for your Lions, I mean, how does that feel?
It's just next level. So I was sat at the MCG. It's probably the spiritual home of Australian sport. 90,000 people were there watching the game. And I sat next to a good mate of mine, Anthony Watson. I nudged him. He played on 2 Lions tours. And about 20 minutes into the game, I went, mate, can you believe we used to do this? It was like a Gogglebox moment. It's the best of the best, and there's so many different metrics to be able to understand and compute the things that you've achieved. But I think one of them is not actually determine it by who's been there and done it, by the players that haven't. Mike Tyndall, who won a World Cup, never played a Lions tour. Wow. One of my best mates, Danny Kerr, 101 caps for England, never went a Lions tour. George Ford, 101 caps and still going, never went a Lions tour. So it's not just being brilliant at that time when the Lions is selected. It's also, you need an amount of luck. You need to be in form. And there's so many great players that will go through their career achieving almost absolutely everything, but not quite getting this.
Is it almost about if it fits? Because, of course, you said it there, you can't pick all the best players, because a lot of them will play in the same position. But is it a case of having to kind of balance the squad? So you might have someone who's better than the player that's in that position, but he just fits this system better.
100%. And personalities. You're going away for 7 weeks. You want to be surrounded by good people.
Yeah.
Like, I was speaking to the lads, and Andy Farrell, who's a legend of a coach, who was the coach on the Lions tour, on his first team meeting, he said to the lads, there are no rules. I just want you to be a good teammate. Whatever that looks like, whatever that means to you, be a good teammate. And having great teammates. We often talk about culture and success and how important it is, and it's the foundation blocks for any winning team. You cannot underestimate what it means just to be a good teammate, being a good bloke.
My maths isn't great. You would have been about 25?
Yeah.
Is that the right age? Because sometimes you can experience something as high as that too young and maybe not remember it and not taking it in. I just thought 25 is the perfect age to...
I felt as if I'd done enough in my career. I'd been relegated with my team Harlequins. I'd achieved a bit. I'd won trophies, and I think I just had a greater appreciation of it. At 20, I think it kind of goes... It can pass you by, and you can feel at that point, like Henry Pollock, who was the youngest on tour, he's 20. This time last year, he was playing for the under-20s. In fact, by the time he played this first Lions match, he'd played more minutes for the Lions than he had for his country. Only played 19 minutes of international rugby before he went on a tour, so timing's massive.
At 25, you're away for how many weeks? 7?
7 weeks.
Okay. What happens when you're not playing? Are there some unbelievable...
The laugh that comes out first.
I've got so many good stories.
We've got so many minutes left.
Yeah, I know we do, but this feels like a TNT talkSPORT collab after dark edition.
I like that show. That sounds
There
like
you
it's going to
go.
cost TNT Sports lots of money to keep me in Bentley after 7. Okay, just tell us about some of the stories then that may have happened that we can talk about.
So I shared a room with a guy called Andy Powell, right? He's a Welsh back row player. He's actually most famous for... He won Grand Slams, he won loads of titles. He's actually most famous for, after Wales won a Grand Slam in 2008, he was caught on the M4 in a golf buggy driving the wrong way.
Wow.
And he only got caught because he pulled over to the petrol station trying to fill up the golf buggy with petrol.
What?
An electric car.
Where's that story? I was going to say, where's it start? But obviously at a golf club, right?
So they used to stay at the Vale in Wales,
Right.
and they use golf buggies to get around the hotel. And so that's the type of personality we had on the tour. And he was my roommate. He was my roommate in the last test.
Were you nervous about going to sleep?
100%.
Did you wake up without eyebrows or something like that?
I wouldn't wake up.
That's a bit extreme.
He's wild.
I think that's illegal now.
Yeah, it's kind of illegal in some states in America, at least. Anyway, but I remember on the night of the third test, we just won, and it was a brilliant night. And he was just as committed on the pitch as he was to the social side of things. And everyone knows that Super Sunday's better than Super Saturday. And generally, before a game, you'd have like a caffeine tablet to get yourself revved up and motivated. He took 4 of these after the game because he wanted to go through the night. He's like, right, we're just having it. So he had 4 caffeine tablets, a bucket load of like vodka Red Bulls, and then we got into bed about 3 or 4. 0.3 seconds later, he sat bar upright because, shock horror, he's having heart palpitations.
Yeah.
I can tell the story because, spoiler alert, he's not dead. Okay, he's fine.
Can I just say that if there are people listening, drink responsibly.
Please drink responsibly.
And don't take too many caffeine tablets.
Don't take any.
Yeah, don't take any.
Yeah, just don't drink.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Good
don't
advice.
drink. Yeah.
Right, if you're going to take one thing from today's show, don't drink.
Don't drink.
Okay.
So he woke up having heart palpitations. I'm like probably not in a fit state to be able to manage him. I'm also not a doctor. So I've like left the room to try and find our team doctor, who was funny enough asleep. There was no one around, and I was like frightened. I go back into the room to not even consider what state he might be, and I walk into the room. He's sat on the toilet, and he's got his phone in his hand, and his screensaver of his dog. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was saying goodbye to his dog because he thought he was going to die.
I just wonder what the stories you can't tell are. I love the fact the first thing he's saying goodbye to is his dog. And I've got a dog, and I know exactly what he's feeling there. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's good fun.
Before we go to a break, and then we're going to turn our attention to football, we should have a quick word on the Gallagher Premiership. Bath got their first title back. That was in June on TNT Sports. It's back in September. How are preparations going?
Brilliantly well. I mean, you speak to players, speak to clubs, and like pre-season, everyone's the fittest they've ever been. Team morale's great. We're super excited, and we say it every single year, and it's almost become cliched, but I think this will be the best season we've ever had. Last year was just insanely good. The amount of tries, the amount of moments, the story of Bath, the first time in 30 years, and I really feel as if they've now set a foundation to be able to go and dominate the league for a few years. Got some of the world's best players there, but as a season, on the pitch, it constantly just delivers. So to be a part of it, witness it, be pitchside every single weekend, I can't wait to get back into it.
We can't wait to. We've got you for an hour, right?
Yeah.
We are going to have some fun with you at the end with a quiz. Right. I wanted to call it "Show Me the Monye." They wouldn't let me do that. You're listening to Friday Night Live. This is our brand new part of the show with TNT Sports, our new partnership with talkSPORT. More from Benty and Ugo and myself right after this live.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans. Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defensive stats.
If you've got a problem or something to say, you don't have the right to say anything about coaching. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
This is Friday Night Live, TNT Sports, new partnership with talkSPORT. With me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and former England winger Ugo Monye. We just talked about how much we love Adidas in the break. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to the drive time derby as Arsenal travel to Old Trafford this weekend. Just quickly, talkSPORT understands Man United are ready to accept Carlos Baleba is not for sale this summer. Ipswich Town are reportedly targeting a loan deal for Newcastle's Lewis Miley. as well. Right, we are joined by a proper Premier League legend, it says here, and he is. Let's say hello to Arsenal unbeatable Martin Keown joins us. Hello, Martin.
Hi, guys. How are we?
Yeah, we can hear you. You sound very echoey. Are you in the toilet?
No, I'm actually in my dining room.
Oh, and very...
Looking forward to a new season.
Very grand it looks as well. Let's talk about this game, because back in the day when you were playing, in fact, I alluded to it earlier on, it was a tense match. Do you think it's as tense as it used to be, or has it calmed down a bit?
Well, let's just set the scene. So, obviously, they formulated the Premier League in '92, and Manchester United won 4 out of 5 league titles before we got involved in '97, '98. And it was a bit like, who's this clever Frenchman coming along? Who does he think he is? I think there was a bit of disdain, Andy. You might know a little bit about that, being a Manchester United fan, towards us and, what we were trying to do, because Man United were dominating English football. So suddenly it got quite edgy. We spent a few seasons after that finishing second place. Arsenal have just suffered that same fate, haven't they? 3 times they finished in second place. And the rivalry started, your Vieiras and Keanes and all the other rivalries, and it became something that really caught fire. And we've not really seen anything like that in recent years. I know both clubs, Arsenal finishing second, have said a bit closer than Man United to winning the Premier League, but United will feel that this is a game they can win at the weekend. They've bought 3 players. Looks like the manager's got a message across. It's a big ask when you think how many games they lost last season to suddenly be world beaters. But nonetheless, there's a lot on this game, much for the history. I don't think it's quite there, but it can be easily reignited.
Martin, I've got to ask you then, because Arsenal, as you said there, have come close the last 3 seasons, finishing second. A lot of people spoke about the centre-forward being the missing piece. They've addressed that now. So when you look back at the last 3 times they've come second, and then you fast forward to this season, do you think Arsenal have got their best chance of winning the Premier League season since 2004?
Yeah, without doubt. I feel that's the case. I'm looking at Liverpool, with 2 of their back 4 gone, a new front 3, I suppose, with Salah. That will take time to settle in. Man City the same. So Arsenal have probably got the building blocks in place. Chelsea, you could argue that as well. But they've had a bad injury at the back. So Arsenal go into this, Darren, feeling that it's about belief. When you come second, it does for so many times and don't taste that success. It takes a special group of players to still retain that belief. And I think a lot would have been done on their minds going into it. There can be no excuses. There can't be disciplinary issues. We can't be talking about the fixtures, although they're very tricky fixtures at the start of the season. You just got to go and do the job. You know you're capable of winning it. You don't think, okay, this is going to be us, we're going to definitely do it, but they're definitely in the mix, and they should be thinking that way at the start of the season.
Martin, Ugo here. Good to see you. You mentioned tricky fixtures. United on Sunday. Who do you think needs that win the most come Sunday?
Goodness, I think they both need it.
But who? Because they can't both need it the most.
Well, as an Arsenal fan, I think we do. A Man United fan might speak differently. I just feel Manchester United, I'm hearing a lot of talk about, the manager couldn't get a tune out of these players for some months. Suddenly now in the world beater, in terms of magically they picked up what they need to do. I can't quite see it. I think Arsenal, if I'm going there as an Arsenal player, it's like, okay, our building blocks are a lot closer to winning something than theirs. We need a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net. We have Havertz now available. We're not using a makeshift midfield player anymore to score our goals. But Arsenal needs to find a solution to the way they play. I think it was quite slow in the way they moved the ball. I saw signs that they were actually moving the ball much quicker and punishing people with their passing, playing them forward more often. So we'll see more variation, I think, from Arsenal this season.
Martin, again, someone who needs to step up this season, and certainly on Sunday, is the captain, Martin Odegaard. Now, obviously, Tony Adams, we know, came out with some quite controversial remarks by saying that Declan Rice should be the captain. Of course, he's entitled to his opinion, but when you go back to Martin Odegaard, he has to get back to the form he showed, I'd probably say 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tony Adams, it's hard. People won't argue with Tony. He gets fixated with the captaincy bit. You need 11 captains on the pitch if you're going to be champions. Everybody has to step up. I think actually it's done Odegaard a world of good in terms of his confidence. But Declan Rice is a captain, and we don't want him to change in any way. Still act like a captain. Of course, we know you're not. So I'm not so enamored with the fact you have to be the captain to sort of bring out those leadership skills. It's down to the manager to get the best from each player. So I think Ødegaard, I've seen him operate behind the scenes. He's very together guy. He's very calm, very caring. He was at Real Madrid for years and it never really happened for him. I think he sees it in a different way. So there's a real togetherness. There's no shortage of spirit with the group. That isn't the problem for Arsenal. It's about everybody, showing up in those opening games. If Arsenal can get through the first sort of six, 7 fixtures, and we know they're tricky, I think they've got to go away to Anfield. They play Newcastle. They play Manchester United to start with. If they're still at the top of the table after those, there's a long way to go, but that's a really good first test for them.
Martin, if Arsenal have a repeat season, is that failure?
I was hoping, I was waiting for you to say, Andy, something negative about Arsenal.
I haven't said it yet. You might say it's positive, Martin.
No, I don't know. Is it failure? I think they need to win a trophy. To not win a trophy since 2020. I'm looking at these two football clubs and I thought, Manchester United, Arsenal. I think Manchester United still managed to win more trophies than Arsenal since those great two managers have gone. And it's about time now. One trophy for Arteta is not enough. He needs to put some trophies in the cabinet. So that is an overriding factor. You have to become a winner now.
I mean, when you say two trophies is what he needs, because he already got one. The only one he's won was the FA Cup, and that was with someone else's squad, right? Unai Emery's.
No, I don't take that argument. I don't take that because it wasn't Emery's squad, if we were going to argue that. It was Wenger's. Look how many players were in that squad, Andy.
Yeah, but
you look, at the end of the day...
I'll tell you why I say it, Martin. If you look at Liverpool now, all jokes aside with Arne Slot, he's changed. You touched on it. He's changed the fullbacks. He's got a new front three, etc. If they go on and win the Premier League title this season, I think he'll get more respect, Arne Slot, because he's done it with his team. I mean, I don't know if you can get more respect than winning the Premier League at your first go, but either way, it'll be his team. I just feel that Arteta, now it's his squad and his team, he has to win something, and it's got to count as his win rather than winning it with someone else's squad.
Yeah, but when you take over a team, I think it's very hard, isn't it, not to make radical changes. And, let's be fair, Klopp wasn't far away. When he announced that he was stepping down, Liverpool were actually on, aiming for 4 fronts. Europa League was where they were challenging for. They were top of the Premier League. And I think, Klopp managed with a lot of love. And suddenly all that love was like pulling the plug out of the bath. So I saw it, and I understood why that fell away. But the new fella came in and actually it was almost like less is more. It wasn't crazy Klopp anymore. It was very controlled and calm. So that's why, for me, they were successful. He actually brought the best out. But now he's made some big changes, hasn't he? 1 or 2 gone, Diaz gone, Alexander-Arnold, one of the best fullbacks. You can't necessarily be better with him gone. So I think that opens the door up for someone. I still see Liverpool being very difficult to beat, but Arsenal should be in the best shape to take them on.
Okay. Listen, while we've got you, let's look ahead to a game you can see live on TNT Sports and here on talkSPORT tomorrow's Newcastle take on Aston Villa at 12:30. Martin, you, of course, played for Villa. How do you think they're shaping up this season?
Well, I'm just looking at the record, and I think they've won 21 games unbeaten at home. And we shouldn't really dismiss most people backing, the top 4 to not include Aston Villa. They finished level with Newcastle last season. I think, Villa Park is quite a cauldron now, a really difficult place to go. I found that club when I played for them, their fans were the most fickle fans that I played under. It was a difficult place to play. They really turned against their players. So for them to have a home record of that quality, we shouldn't underestimate Emery. They're good players in that team. Newcastle have got to get over the Isak issue. And they had, problems at the end of last season. I think they didn't win. I think the last 2 games of the season fell away for Newcastle a little bit. They sort of fell over the line. So both teams have to get off to a good start. I honestly felt if Isak was patched up, put back in the team, that they could still go very close to pushing the champions because they are quite settled. Newcastle last year was a big thing for them winning the League Cup. So it's a real shame for them that Isak seems so unsettled.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, Mike. You're not due to be at Villa Park anytime soon, are you? See those fickle fans? No,
I'm honest. They know that I managed to get, 2 Player of the Year awards there, so I understood the groundwork. But you got big balls when you play at Villa Park because those fans have. In 1982, they win the European Cup, and going there shortly afterwards, it was tough to follow that group. So they were quite critical. So it can easily go the other way. But when the Villa fans are on your side, it's quite an intimidating place for the opposition.
Martin, always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Enjoy the game.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers,
Thanks,
mate.
Darren. Thanks, Ugo.
There you go. You can tell Martin Keown's got a big house because of the sound reverbing off the hugely tall ceiling he's got in there. Don't forget, you can watch Aston Villa against Newcastle. That's tomorrow from 12:30 on TNT Sports, and you can listen to it live on talkSPORT. And it's a new era for the men's and women's FA Cup on TNT Sports as well. In addition to live Premier League and UEFA club competition coverage, for the first time, TNT Sports will broadcast the Emirates FA Cup and the Adobe Women's FA Cup, meaning fans will be able to watch more football from both competitions than ever before. Still to come, we'll be bringing you team news. Oh, my goodness, we can't wait for that. That is, of course, ahead of Liverpool against Bournemouth. We'll get that to you as soon as it comes in. First, though, with slightly different music, it's time for No Googling. I like that. Premier League is introducing the new 8-second rule for goalkeepers this season. We want to know, when was the last time... Oh, what a great question. When was the last time a goalkeeper was actually penalised for holding onto a ball for too long? Good luck with that. The answer to that in the last 30 minutes of our show, coming up live on talkSPORT in seconds. Stay where you are.
Let's be honest, we've all found ourselves raging at a referee's decision at some stage. Something like this?
That is an absolutely shocking decision.
They've got a case in that it was a bad decision.
It's such a poor decision.
Yeah, I think he's just made a bad decision in that instance.
But what does it take to get to the very top level of football refereeing? You can apply to become a referee through your local county FA from as soon as your 14th birthday. After spending several hours either in the classroom or on the pitch, they'll grant you level 7 status, which allows you to officiate amateur games. Then you'll work your way through the ranks of amateur football, not reaching the National League until level 2. It's a long process, bearing in mind every level from 7 upwards takes an average of a year. Also, there's no specific number of games you have to ref or hours you have to log before moving on up. You simply just have to be good enough. Once you're level 2 and have enough experience at a National League level, you can apply to the EFL to become a level 1 referee. Then it's on you to get enough experience to climb through the ranks and eventually become a Premier League referee. In total, there are 37,000 registered referees across England, but the PGMOL has only deemed 21 good enough to officiate games in the top flight. So if you want to make it to the top, there's less than a 1 in 1,000 chance of doing it, and it'll take you a decade to get there.
Listening to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports, new partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, former England winger, big Arsenal fan, big fan of Adidas trainers as well, Ugo Monye. Before the break, I asked the question, great question, when was the last time a goalkeeper actually was penalised for holding onto a ball for far too long?
2017.
2015. Anyone work out who it was? Liverpool goalkeeper, wasn't that great? First name Simon, but it sounds French.
Oh, Simon Mignolet.
It's the right answer.
A good goalkeeper, eh?
Was he?
Yeah, he was. I remember when he first came with me at Sunderland. I remember thinking, who's this character?
Okay. Following us at 7 Adrian Darren, the legend, takes over for all the build-up ahead of Liverpool against Bournemouth tonight. Because after 82 long days, the Premier League is back.
I believe in the meaning of spoken word.
They like that. Oh, they like that.
Top to bottom, one of the most unpredictable leagues around.
The difference is you don't quit, not until you reach the peak.
The Premier League title is coming back to Anfield.
Liverpool are the best team in the country. They were the best team in the country last year, and they've got even better.
But best believe it's your claim on it, because you've got a destiny with your name on it.
Saka! 1-0 Arsenal! Haaland to take it round the keeper! Oh, that's magnificent!
I think the Chelsea fans will expect Chelsea to compete for the league next season.
Palmer goes for goal and scores! What a hat-trick!
Oh my gosh, honestly, the Premier League, it never fails to deliver.
Setting up another one for Peru, could it be two? Oh yes it is! Another massive moment in Ellen Road!
Here's Manuel Benson on this near side, onto his right foot, hits one! Oh my word! Sunderland are Premier League again!
Wonderful game, we love it for a same reason, the unpredictability.
Oh, give it away to Isak! There's his goal! Bruno Fernandes! What a finish! What a goal on the counter for Manchester United! Salah! 1-0.
It's talkSPORT. We are Premier League.
And we are back. Premier League football is back. And it's back on talkSPORT tonight as Bournemouth head to Liverpool straight after us. In fact, we can head over to Anfield now and speak to the man bringing you all the action on what's going to be, as you would imagine, a very emotional evening. Adrian Durham, good evening to you.
Good evening. Happy new Premier League season, everybody.
Happy new Premier League season to you. Listen, we'll talk about how excited we all are about the football tonight, and we'll bring you team news, gang. In case you're wondering, we'll bring you team news as soon as we get it. It'll be the next 5 or 10 minutes. But let's start off with what I just mentioned. It's going to be a very emotional night tonight, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. Opposite us in the sort of Kenny Dalglish stand, we can see that there's cards have been left out for the fans to raise later, closer to kick-off, you would imagine. And you can see that they spell out AS30, Andre Silva, Diogo Jota's brother, whose squad number was 30. And away to our right in the cop, it says DJ20, Diogo Jota 20. And actually just arrived, I was here at about sort of 3 o'clock earlier today and went round to have a look at the mural, which is in one of the neighbouring streets close to Anfield Stadium. And it's quite breathtaking when you get there. It's stunning, really. There were so many people crowding around, looking at it, taking photos. There's some graffiti-style messages that have been written around the mural as well, all very heartfelt. And all the tributes that were laid a few weeks ago are still there. The scarves, the shirts, the flowers, all the tributes are still there right outside Anfield Stadium. So make no mistake, this is going to be a very emotional occasion, no doubt about it.
Hey, that's one thing that football club, that wonderful football club, does really well, because over the years they have suffered tragedy, but they do all come together, and whatever they do, it's always special and it's always warming.
It is, yeah, and I think that I mean, in this instance, this is a Premier League player who's just become a champion, who all of a sudden, in a moment, has just left us. And I think this hits the hearts of everybody, not just Liverpool fans, but they feel it more because he was one of theirs and they absolutely adored him. And the reason why they adored him was not because, he had Mo Salah type stats next to his name. It was just because he was just Diogo Jota. He wasn't some sort of celebrity. He didn't, want to capture the headlines. He just wanted to get on the pitch and play football. His mum confirmed that the two things he loved doing when he was growing up, playing football in the afternoon, playing FIFA on his PlayStation in the evening. So, and that's him, a simple kind of guy who had simple, like all of us who love football, like all the people coming here today, they just lead their lives. Diogo Jota led his life. He was an honest footballer, a humble footballer, but a very good footballer as well, and a very good person.
Hey, let's talk about the game tonight. Not that long ago, the teams arrived ahead of course, the opener for this season in the Premier League. Is there more pressure on Liverpool and Arne Slot this time round because they're defending champions? Expectation levels are much higher because, of course, last time when he came in, when he got the job, I don't think too many people outside of Liverpool expected them to be crowned champions.
You know what, it was interesting listening to Danny Murphy's interview on talkSPORT this morning, because what Arne Slot was saying himself was, yes, there is more pressure on me, and it's because the personnel, the players have changed. Florian Wirtz coming in, 2 new fullbacks, a new striker coming in. They've just signed another teenage centre-half that's been confirmed late this afternoon, Giovanni Leone from Parma for £26 million. So you're talking about knocking on £200 million worth of players have come in. Some players have left as well, notably Trent Alexander-Arnold. Luis Diaz has gone as well. So, there's a player turnover that he didn't really have when he arrived last summer. So I think that he was kind of indicating to Danny Murphy, yeah, I've got to adapt. We've got to adapt this team. This is not going to be straightforward. He was saying that the profile of Frimpong is totally different to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was saying that last season they didn't have a player like Florian Wirtz to put into the team. So this is going to be new for him and new for Liverpool. I think it's going to be fascinating how they adapt.
And quickly, Ed, on the flip side, Bournemouth, a few concerns about them. I mean, losing Kirkes, Huijsen, now Zabani's gone to PSG. I think Atara's now leaving. I think he's going to Brentford. Any concerns about them?
Yeah, big time. I mean, what's amazing about this, Darren, is that one centre-back's gone to Real Madrid, another to PSG, a left-back to Liverpool. How didn't they win the Premier League title with them last season? That's incredible. But I look at who they brought in, and listen, there may be some more good players, because they've discovered those players, set them on the road to fantastic clubs with big prices. So they'll do the same again, Bournemouth. But I think that's a big turnover. A lot of players to lose in one summer. Key players as well. And you're right, Ouattara's going, 42.5 million agreed with Brentford for him, and I think he's a big player to lose. The one positive, Antoine Semenyo signed a new long-term contract this summer, so they have kept in. They've got players coming in, and then Ben Doak's coming from Liverpool to Bournemouth for 25 million. That's going to be confirmed, we believe, in the next few days or so. But I think it's going to be a tough season for Bournemouth. I don't expect them to finish top 10 like they did last season.
Always a pleasure. We'll come back to you in just a moment when we get team news, but for the time being, thanks, Phil. Right, I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for that team news to come in, we can take a look at a few of the done deals so far in the Premier League this summer. Benty, Ugo Monye. I don't know if you've done your homework. I don't know if Benty is furiously typing on your keyboard.
Yeah, it's there, mate,
Which players are you looking forward to seeing in the Premier League? Let's start with you, Ugo.
Well, it's a simple one, and it's a biased one, but Gyökeres. Is he the missing piece? So much made about him, celebrations, his stature. We've courted him for a long while. His determination to want to be at Arsenal, and then for him to score his first goal last week, that felt like he settled in. I don't think he starts against United on Sunday.
Do you not?
No.
Why?
I don't think he's had enough time. I actually don't think he's had enough time. You also got to consider the fact that he almost went and protested, so he hasn't had the type of pre-season you'd expect to get yourself.
Can I ask, you were linked to him, you were linked to Isak, you were linked to him, albeit just a link, but there was Sesko as well. Those three, which ones did you want in what order?
Isak number one.
obvious.
Yeah, 100%.
I sort of knew that. I'm looking for number 2 now.
And then Gyökeres, but I think it's a really interesting dynamic because if you're Šeško, who I think was really keen to come to Arsenal, and Arsenal looked like they flirted with him, but then he kind of became the side chick. And now he's off to United. He's playing against Arsenal this weekend. He's probably got the biggest point to prove out of the two of them going head-to-head this weekend at some point. So
I want to stay with Arsenal for a moment because you've got Noni Madueke as well.
Yeah.
Who starts on the left for you? Is it him or Martinelli, if everyone's fit?
I'm starting with Martinelli. I think let him have the shirt. I think he's earned the right to have the shirt, but there are options now very quickly that can change. Madueke can come in. I think Trossard looks like he's on his way out, but he is still there. But I think you have to let Martinelli start, and if it's not working, then at least now you haven't got to wait. Just Madueke, on you go.
We get to understand exactly where Martinelli's at because he never had the pressure under him. He had to play because he had to play because there was no one else. Now he's got Madueke coming in. He knows if he has a bad game or a bad couple of games, he might be on his way out. And the fact that we're desperate to get another left-sided player in, that's a declaration that we're not thrilled with the left side of our team at the moment.
Are you happy with the players that have come in, all of them?
Yeah, I'd bring me Eze and shut and we're set to go.
Where do you play Eze though? He has a free role where he is at the moment.
He does what he wants. He's a floating player.
Great player.
Spirit.
But does he fit in with Arteta's plans?
No, but I think special players like him who are so free-spirited, if you try and put them into a system, I think you end up dulling their ability to be able to be who they are.
A little bit like Jack at Man City.
100%. 100%. And that's not worked out for Jack because they're almost too free-spirited. But go to Everton and they'll just say, just do what you want, which is brilliant for him. But for me, Eze, just give him the reins to be able to roam and play how he wants to play. Where are you going to finish? I think we'll win it. I genuinely do.
So did you hear what I said?
Yeah. the good omen is...
You honestly think you're going to win it?
Yeah.
You don't. Look at me.
No, I do.
Why are you smiling? You so don't. Look at me without smiling. Who's going to win the Prem?
Arsenal win the Prem. Because I think the top 6 will look after itself, and our record against the top 6 over the last few years has been very, very good. Yeah. I think this season, different to every other season, is I think so many other teams in the Premiership can beat the top 6. And so I don't think the Premier League is going to be decided in who beats who in the top 6. It'll be points lost.
Who doesn't lose to lower league? Yeah, I get that argument. I get that. Where do you think United finish?
Huh?
Where do you think United? Be careful because I remember the make of your trainers.
I don't think you finish in the top 4.
Oh, I don't think we'll finish in top. I've had a bet with Benty that I say United will get top 8.
Oh, I'd back that 100%.
Okay,
100%.
What do you make of that?
No, said he'd back me to you for you not.
No, who's your money on?
I bet you to be in the top 8, yeah.
Okay. In your world where Arsenal win it, who's top 4 in what order? Arsenal 1.
Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, City. Chelsea, I think, are a problem.
They're the ones I'm worried about.
I said I think it's between Chelsea, you, and Man City.
He thinks Liverpool 4th.
I just think they've got too many new players coming up.
But if Isak goes to Liverpool,
yeah, if Isak then it changes, yeah.
Yeah, if Isak goes, which he probably is.
Yeah. Arsenal to win it. Don't forget, football is back and TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition with over 700 matches broadcast live from elite European club football to English domestic league and cup competitions this season. And it all starts tomorrow from 12:30 as Newcastle head to Villa Park. It's live on TNT Sports. You can also hear that one live right here on talkSPORT.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans that's done by the fans.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences.
If you've got a problem or something to say, you don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Welcome back. This is Friday Night Live, TNT Sports, new partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Benton, former England winger, big Arsenal fan, superstar is Ugo Monye. We'll have some fun with both of them in just a moment, but let's head back to Anfield. We're bringing you live commentary of the Premier League opener tonight. It's Liverpool against Bournemouth. Joe Shannon, your commentator, and Joe has the team news for us now. Joe, good evening.
Good evening, Andy. Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong, Florian Wirtz and Milos Kerkez against his old team all make their Premier League debuts for Liverpool tonight. In the event, there's just one change for the champions to the side that started the Community Shield defeat to Crystal Palace at Wembley last weekend. McAllister for Jones. Gravenberch, we know, is suspended. So Liverpool have Alisson in goal to start the new Premier League season. Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk and Kerkez. McAllister and Szoboszlai, Salah, Wirtz and Gakpo in support of Ekitike up front. It is a Liverpool side packed with attacking talent, and this is the Liverpool bench. Mamardashvili, Gomez, Endo, Chiesa, Jones, Elliott, Robertson and the youngsters Nioni and Ngumaha. For Bournemouth, there are three debutants in the starting 11 tonight. New goalkeeper Georgi Petrovic and defenders Bafodi Diakite and Adrien Truffert. Bournemouth then have Petrovic in goal, Smith, Senesi, Diakite and Truffert at the back. Adams and Scott are the two holding midfield players. Tavernier, Semenyo and Brooks in support of Evan Nielsen up front. And I give you the Bournemouth bench as well. Dennis, the goalkeeper, Araujo, Soler, Krupi, Hill, Traore, Billing, Winterburn and Reece Dottin.
Work as always. Thanks for that, Joe. Reminder, that game is live on talkSPORT. And, of course, the boys on the Sports Bar will take your calls straight after on the first game of the Premier League season. We can't wait for that. Right, time now for this.
It's time.
It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching.
DB versus TNT.
What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
Oh, I like that. Yes, this is our brand new feature, DB v TNT, bracket sports, where every week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 Club member, Darren Bent, puts and pits himself up against our special studio guest from TNT Sports. This week, of course, his side chick is former England and Lions winger Ugo Monye. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Every week that we predicted some of the biggest sporting events from across the next 7 days. For everyone they get right, they'll earn themselves a point. If they get the score predicted correct, they'll get another point, etc., etc. We will be tallying up the scores throughout the season with TNT Sports expert pundits working together to try to beat our very own Darren Bent. Are you aware of the rules? It's very simple.
Yeah.
Currently, the score is Darren Bent 0, TNT Sports 0.
About to be 1-0.
Right, well, we won't find out for 7 days, right? Yeah. Or a couple of days. This week's fixtures, we'll go through the Aston Villa against Newcastle. It's tomorrow, it's 12:30, and it's live on TNT Sports. Let's speak to your side chick first, Ugo. How do you see, maybe you need to change the title of
the That's all right.
DBB, the side chick. How do you see this one going?
Villa are going to win this.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think Villa will have a good season?
I think they'll be okay. The heights they hit last year and some of the matches they won and where they end up getting to European football, I think was remarkable. Can they repeat that? I just think this cloud over Newcastle with Isak and the fact they don't have a premium striker force, I think is going to cause them all kinds of problems.
I want to get your view on the next game. So what will the score be?
2-1 Villa.
You're going 2-1 Villa.
Yeah.
DB, give me a prediction for that one.
3-1 Villa.
Oh, wow.
You both think home win. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got time. We've got about a minute left. Manchester United against Arsenal. It's 4:30 on Sunday.
3-1 Arsenal.
Okay. Have you been drinking before this? You're going 3-1?
Legit, yeah.
Why? Why do you think?
Because if we score early, you lot will actually have to do something. I think the weight of expectation, the crowd just get on your back. So you'll have to actually play a bit more. And any team that plays a bit more against Arsenal get themselves opened up. Zubimendi and Rice is a joke.
I'll just write 3-1. I'll put in brackets arrogant. Bentley, what you go for?
I mean, I had that same scoreline in my head.
Yeah.
3-1 Arsenal. Can I do the same thing?
Yeah, if you want, you can. I can write arrogant for both of you. Lastly, we've got about 30 seconds. Leeds against Everton. It's Monday night. It's 8 p.m. I think it's a fascinating game. Bentley?
1-1.
You just go.
I swear, that's what I was going to
just copying each other.
No, I'll go 2-1.
No, you go what you want.
No, I'll go 2-1 Leeds.
Listen, you're the guest. What would you like to go?
I'll go 2-1.
You sure?
Yeah, go on.
You think Everton will lose?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do you know Calvert Lewin as well?
I'll make your mind up.
I'm going 1-1. Okay. He scores.
Thank you for that. You have been, without doubt, our best ever side chick.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in the studio. You off for a bit of dinner now?
I am, yeah.
Okay, well, you have a lovely evening. Benny, I'll see you on Monday.
Yep, you will.
4 o'clock for the first drive time show, looking back at